What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here. In today's mission, we're here to discuss using evidence why Final Fantasy XVI's reveal could be coming soon. This stems from Square Enix themselves and evidence we have of the project being worked on. Rumors have been flying all over the place, but usually it's the developers themselves that end up slipping up, and now it seems to be the case again. If you've ever watched this channel, or just really hardcore into the Final Fantasy series, then you probably already know the legend of Shinji Hashimoto, Mr. Accidentally Leak Final Fantasy announcements himself. For those of you that don't know, Shinji Hashimoto is the brand manager of both the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts franchises, and he loves to take to social media to retweet Square Enix related projects. Shinji was the one who let slip that Final Fantasy VII Remake was getting a trailer at last year's May State of Play, and if I recall properly, he did the same thing with Tokyo Game Show last year. This time, thanks to Twitter user RannerSK, I've come across a tweet by Hashimoto that furthers the rumors that Final Fantasy XVI could be revealed very soon. Hashimoto retweeted the Japanese PlayStation Twitter announcement that discussed the PS5 event. This event is occurring on September 16th at 1 PM Pacific Time. Not only will we likely get the price and pre-order information for the PlayStation 5, we're getting a look at launch titles and titles that are currently in development. That being said, Shinji deleted his retweet just minutes after posting it, but as you know with the internet, someone is always going to have it. This is exactly what happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and with Hashimoto being the brand manager for the franchise, it's only a matter of time before this reveal occurs. That being said, what evidence do we have that Final Fantasy XVI is even possible? Division 3, the division ran by Final Fantasy XIV director Yoshi P, has been working on and hiring for a new action-based title for a few years now. There's also been several statements from Yoshi P that Final Fantasy should go back to a more steampunk setting, and the concept art for this new game is medieval and steampunk in nature. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that Yoshi P is the director of Final Fantasy XVI, as he's recently denied these accusations, but he is the head of Division 3 where this game is taking place. But one of the biggest signs that 16 is coming is that recently, a private Final Fantasy XVI Twitter account has popped up. Upon further investigation from fans, the Twitter account is linked to a Square Enix email account. So I think at this point it went from a matter of if to a matter of when the announcement will be made. There's also been a major rumor going around that the game was supposed to be revealed earlier this year and that plans were pushed back. This was revealed from a reputable leaker from resetera. Yes, I know I said resetera, but this person has a good track record for leaking industry information. However, this person correctly leaked the PS5 reveal event lineup before it happened, and also leaked that Spider-Man would be a PlayStation exclusive for Square's Marvel Avengers game. He's also been verified as reliable by resetera's staff member Transistor, stating that the leaker, known as Navtra, has insider knowledge within the industry. He also included that Final Fantasy XVI will feature some type of PS5 exclusivity, maybe something similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake's timed exclusivity. With Final Fantasy and Sony being synonymous for decades now, it wouldn't surprise me if Sony is looking to hit the ground running in the next generation exclusives war. There's also the developer collage shown during the reveal show. If you take a look at the collage, you'll find 4 Square Enix executives in the picture: Yoshinori Kitase, Naoki Yoshida, and Shinji Hashimoto, with the other director being Takeshi Aramaki, and he's the director of Project Athia. Square Enix only showed one title, and that was Project Athia. They also likely filmed the show for a month or so before the reveal event, so it doesn't make sense for Square to have 4 different developers, 3 of them tied directly to Final Fantasy, if a Final Fantasy game wasn't supposed to be there initially. Let's also look at something that people tend to forget. Even with Final Fantasy VII Remake, which you could argue is technically a spin-off, there hasn't been a mainline title since 15 back in 2016. It's been 4 years since we've gotten word of a new mainline title, and they're not going to put future mainline titles on hold just because of Remake. Hashimoto is also the former head of Division 3, where Final Fantasy XVI is rumored to be in development. Final Fantasy games are no longer exclusively handled by Division 1, meaning Shinji isn't just managing Remake. He manages the entire Final Fantasy brand. That goes for mainline, spin-offs, mobile games, etc. So if Shinji Hashimoto is retweeting special events, and major ones like a PlayStation 5 event, then you'd probably need to be watching that event. As a side note, Square Enix released their schedule for Tokyo Game Show this year, and the previously coming soon labeled titles were revealed to be the Japanese versions of Marvel Avengers and the new Nier titles. Overall, between the leaks and rumors from Navtra being real in the past, and Final Fantasy brand managers' reputation for accidentally, or purposely, dropping hints at previous reveals, Final Fantasy XVI could be showcased at this new PS5 event. But I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments section. Soldiers, do you believe we're getting a Final Fantasy XVI reveal soon, and do you think it will be at the PlayStation 5 event? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below if you think they'll be revealing Final Fantasy XVI soon. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy XVI news, rumors, and trailers, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.